We all need water. Our regular supply, whether you have your own well or are on a municipal water supply, can be interrupted or contaminated due to many different events, such as flooding, planned outages for repairs, water main break, maybe you didn't pay your bill, water treatment plant failure, power outage, and more. You may be issued a formal boil order, or you may just know when you shouldn't trust the water, like when you get it from an open natural source. You will hopefully have some drinking water stored at home, but you may need to purify water you have stored or have collected. And today we'll talk about just one way to do that. Hi diddly ho, Prepperinos. A while ago, I entered a giveaway online and won a UV-H20-Box by DayZero Products. It's also known as a water box. While the giveaway came with no strings attached and I'm under no obligation to promote or review this item, I thought I would give you my thoughts so you can make the decision on whether or not this might be a good tool for you. First, I will say something about the company. They want to provide an energy efficient method for water purification. There are around 600 million people worldwide who are boiling water every day to make it safe to drink. Usually they're burning wood or charcoal, which has environmental and health impacts, and smoke inhalation is one of the leading causes of death in the developing world. This box is for water treatment and meets the standards for UV strength for treating water. This is not a medical UV device for sanitizing things like masks. It doesn't mean it won't work for sanitizing items that aren't in water. It just isn't rated for it and doesn't have the scientific testing to support it. The industrial medical UV devices meant for masks and other items have so much more UV exposure. Even a device like this, which is used at hospitals for sanitizing phones, doesn't meet the standard for personal protective equipment or PPE like masks. So don't use the water box for masks unless you have it sitting in there for half an hour. And I'm not saying it's for other solid devices like your phone or pacifiers or baby bottles. And I certainly wouldn't recommend it for sanitizing things like a toothbrush that you use to scrub a toilet. So definitely don't try this at home. It's pretty simple to use. Just add water. Okay, it's not that simple, but almost. What are the features of the water box? It can be powered by an AC wall outlet, a 12-volt DC power from a vehicle, or even using a hand crank. It holds about a gallon of water, but it only takes a minute to purify. With the lid and spout closed, you can fill the box using the funnel that is included. You could fill it up with the lid open, but it's a bit top heavy, so it might tip that way. You don't want to pick it up using the handle after you fill it up because the UV light shouldn't be submerged. So this isn't for transporting water, just purifying it. After you've purified it, you open the spout and put it into a clean container. It might be a good idea to flush out the spout in case there's any contaminated water sitting in there. It's sturdy and well built, but that means it's also a bit heavy. So this is not ideal for moving light like in a backpacking or bug out scenario, but it's great to keep in your car if you're camping or keeping at your home for emergencies. It doesn't do anything about polluted water with oil and chemicals, but neither does boiling or most regular water filters. Just don't use polluted water. You can use dirty water, and it might have some pathogens. And what you want to do first is clear out the mud and debris, because the UV light penetrates the water better when it's more clear. And you want to drink water, not mud. Check out my video on pre-filtering water for some tips. Some natural sources like rivers, lakes, and ponds are all great sources of water for this. You wouldn't want to use anything with salt water in it, because this doesn't desalinate or distill the water. Essentially, any water that you would boil and then drink, this does the same thing. It kills the pathogens and allows you to drink the water. Water that you collect from a natural source, that you get from the tap under a boil order, that comes from your own water storage that hasn't been purified any other way. This just eliminates the pathogens but leaves it in as it would if you were boiling the water. The same sources of water that you would use a personal filter like a Life Straw or Sawyer Mini, you can use this for as well. So what are some of the pros and cons? Well, it works. The testing data is available on the website. I'll link it below. So you can see that it's been through an independent lab to verify that the UV light actually kills the pathogens in the water. And it has different power sources. Plug it into the wall if you have power at home. You can put it in your car, cigarette lighter, or use the hand crank. It also does a gallon of water in just a minute. That's pretty quick and requires very little effort. Some of the cons, that it's kind of bulky, but if you plan on using it in the places where you don't have to lug it around, that's great. You can't carry water in it, only purify it. You want it to be level when you do that, so it doesn't affect the internal workings. Overall, I think it's pretty cool. It's a great little product. A lot of thought went into it. It's really, really great that it has no need for an external power source, that if everything's cut down, I can still crank it. I love any product like this that somebody saw a problem and they pieced together a solution. So if this is something that meets your needs and is within your budget, go for it. If not, no hard feelings. But the company was great to work with. I talked to them, they answered all my questions, and they'll answer all yours. So I'll put the link to their website below. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, like the video. Feel free to subscribe, click the notification bell so you know when a new video comes up. Go visit my channel, share videos with your friends. Remember, we're preparing for every day, not doomsday. See you next time.